Beautiful day. It is November 18th, 2020. It is currently 3:23 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And our word from today comes from Colossians 4:6. Let your conversation be always full of grace, seasoned with salt, so that you may know how to answer everyone. All right. This is your Tea with Miss Black, our EBT news. Today, our EBT report was headlining the good old me, your solution consultant. And I did that because it's time. I've been headlining everyone else's programs and networks and podcasts, and just to show you all where I'm at, what type of content I'm looking to produce, as well as create and share for Experience Black TV as well as Experience TV. They are two different networks on two different platforms, and that is for reasons to make sure that not only I protect myself and my work, but those that I'm working and building with. We've seen, through history that it is important for us to protect the things that we value. And with that being said, that's why I've taken my time and moved the way that I have through this journey. So welcome if you're just joining me on this journey. If you've been with me for a while, I appreciate you for, hanging out with me as long as you have and continuing to show your love and support. Really quickly, I'm going to go over some announcements as well as an overview of our EBT report from today. And then I'm going to do our card reading right behind that. We're going to get our opportunity for growth message for today, which is where we take a look at the masculine as well as the feminine perspective, which we also understand in the OG Academy, that the masculine energy aligns with our mind, our mental energy, and our feminine energy is more in alignment with our emotions and our feelings. So we take a balanced look at, the lessons or the things we may be facing at this time or the things we may be working through, and get an inspired message to support us at this stage of the journey. You can look at both messages as being about you, the masculine and feminine energy within you, or you could look at it as yourself and another person or another party or someone else. But I always encourage, within our self-mastery to start with focusing on and looking at self and minding our own business. Of course, if you have a commitment to someone else, like you're married, you're in a divine union, a partnership, then it should be looked at as you and your partner. Moving forward, we're going to do an energy forecast. And today I think that I'm leaning more towards the All About You, which is a 6 tarot card spread. If you're a person who has ill feelings for things of occult knowledge or esoteric tools such as tarot cards or lesson cards, then this program or what I do here isn't going to be for you, because I don't need to hear any type of, what I do is who it's for. It's for who it's for, simply put. But today we're going to do an All About You spread, which is going to be 6 cards. I'm going to wrap it up with a summary, which is going to give us our expected outcome or future possibilities, or what I also like to say is our closing message is, as a man or woman thinketh, so is he or she. And that's where we get an abundance mindset message, not just an abundance message, one that is to support your mindset, because we understand in the OG Academy, that what we do, how we show up in life, how we engage with others, how we produce and just, play our part in the human experience has a lot to do with where our mind is at, whether or not our head is on straight. So that's what we focus on, at the OG Academy, because we want to make sure that we have a level head, that we're grounded in reality, because with all the virtual reality and all the, social media and things, we can easily, get disconnected, get off path, get off course, get distracted, get confused. So with that being said, myself, Miss Black, your solution consultant, is here to support you if you find yourself in any of those situations. But we're also building a team, a network of other people, because what they say, 7 something billion people on this planet. I can't help everybody, can I? No. So there's other great teachers to support us. Now, before I go into this, I want to shout out my B.eautiful oil for you people that are 420 friendly, my good folks that, smoke on the good herbs, I do. So with that being said, I found a little self-care regimen that I'm really feeling, and I want to share it with you all that may support you. So after I get out the shower, take a nice hot shower, let the water, hit me and wake me up. I found that putting this in my palms, rubbing it together, warm it up, and just massaging my face and my neck and my shoulders with it, but focusing on my temple, on, my forehead, on my eyebrows, on my eyes, around my nose, just getting the details, just taking my time and massaging. It wakes up my face and it's bringing my vibrancy back. I don't feel like being on camera right now, but I'll take a picture and show you. But what I'm saying is, it awakens your senses. Really quick, some of the ingredients are oxygenated olive oil, jojoba, almond, evening primrose, grapeseed, black currant seed, avocado, arnica, rosehip, essential oils, French lavender, German, chamomile, bergamot, cedarwood, geranium, calendula, carrot seed, myrrh, pomarosa, patchouli, blue tansy, nerali, and ylang ylang. I always mess that up, but yes, a bunch of good stuff in there. So I encourage you to shop the herbs. The link is in the bio and the description box of all my videos. Linktree/experience black. Please check it out. All right, so really quickly, the title of our EBT report today was Creative Life Force and Sexual Energy. It's all love. And the reason I decided on that name, because a couple days ago I introduced the fact that I'm going to be starting my vlog, which is a vlog that is focused on creative energy, on sexual energy, on life force energy. And that is something that a lot of us don't really know about. It's not taught, in school, or if you're not from certain parts of the world and certain cultures, or you take it upon yourself to get the books from the library and, research on yourself, you don't even know anything about this, in sex education in school, they didn't teach us, about our life force energy and the importance of it in our existence, in our lives, in our creativity, and not just creating another human being, creating life, but it's also our source in which we're able to create things, whatever, it's a rabbit hole we can go down, but we're not going to do that right now. I have a lot of content that I'm sharing to introduce it, in a healthy way, because it can be overwhelming to those who are completely new to it. So I kept that in mind with building the OG Academy. My awakening journey, I've been on it now consciously for at least 12 years. And, in the beginning, it was like I felt lost and alone, because I didn't feel like there were people around that I could talk to and share what I was experiencing, through these times with becoming aware of information, and that I'm greater than I've been led to believe that I am, and in many different ways, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, physically, and not just, some finances, which are important, but that's not the only thing that makes me who I am. So with Sacred Success and Total Life Balance, that's what we're teaching, from a lot of great teachers who have a lot of great perspectives that all leads back to truth at the end of the day. So I'm excited about that. I had a video that I did the other day, which was the vision for the OG Academy as well as the EBT reports. I encourage you to check that out, and you can find that link. Everything is listed in links, by the way, to make it easier for you to go to. Um, in the future, when Experience Black TV is back up at marissablack.com, all of these videos that are listed within the EBT report will just be plugged into the system. So you'll just go directly to, the website or the app and, access the library there. It'll be a more seamless experience, like we like to do at Experience Black Transformations. All right. So next, our song of the day came from the beautiful Kelly Rowland, Coffee. I didn't have any coffee today. I'm out, but it's all good. I got me some black tea this afternoon with some ginger, lemon, and I didn't put apple cider vinegar in it this time, but I'm having that and I feel good. Also, let me get back to this. Letting Go of Fear from the Blackberry Beauty Academy, Miss Lisa Marie Goodman. I encourage you to check her out. She also updates videos or uploads videos daily. Every morning. She's in Ghana. She's from the States, and she has a great deal of life experience and wisdom when it comes to, holistic health and, well-being and just nurturing yourselves and the whole healing from life's conditioning. She has a great deal of information, but she also has some beautiful cultural items. So if you're looking to decorate your homes, if you're looking to purchase, items that you're not going to find here in the States, unless you got that type of connection with bags and, apparel and things of the sort. She's the woman for that. So check out her video. From the Ricky Smiley morning show, I shared a video which was Wendy Williams and Black China tea backfires on Gary with the tea. I thought that was funny how the brat clapped back. I don't normally watch, that because I don't really care about the gossip that much, but I was moved to click on that because of the title. And, when you constantly putting out and, clapping, you got to be prepared for them clap backs. And, my girl, the brat, clapped back on that ass with Mr. T. Okay. 5 powerful medicinal plants you must have at home. That would have been found under Live Well recommendations. Then we had a Kevin Hart interview from the Breakfast Club. I have not checked that out yet, but I'm looking forward to it. We got our 15-minute daily inspiration from Pastor Khalees Lemons from New Birth Now. From the Supreme Commander Grandmaster Jay, we got the Judge, the book, and the cover, Morning Mental Part 1 and 2. If you're a leader, I most definitely believe that you should be taking a look at that. A lot of great information. Our entertainment for today comes from Tanya TKOTV. Why push monogamy when you can't handle the eggplant? From the OG Academy, our most recent video was the discipline and optimism needed for better mental health. It's all about you. Check that out. You have to join the OG Academy, but it's worth it. I'm on a schedule and on routine, and I'm getting these classes out there. So make sure you support your girl. Generation XXL Season 2, Episode 18, Our America with Lisa Ling from the OWN Network. Check that out. That is dealing with the obesity and, poor health habits that are present, that are having some very alarming outcomes, so please check that out. I haven't checked out the actual video yet, but the subject I'm very familiar with, so I'm looking forward to checking that out. And last but not least, we have from the Women of Impact, a former Secret Service agent reveals how to tackle pressure head on. All right, so this is your source that you can trust for news, entertainment opportunities, resources, and events grounded and rooted in shifting the culture forward. To stay informed and inspired, I encourage you to save the master key, which can be found in the description and bio section of all of our platforms. All right, I think that was everything for today. Yeah. So make sure you check that out. Now, let's get into this reading. so I said we're going to do an all about you energy reading today. And with the all about you reading, that is a 6-card spread where I take 3 cards from our Rider-Waite Tarot, which gives me a practical perspective, which is more in alignment with our mental energy, our mind. And then I use another deck, which is called our Osho Zen Tarot deck. And with that one, it gives us a more feminine perspective, a more spiritual perspective. So that is a intro to our balance perspective, which is a 10-card spread. And that particular reading is a 5th dimensional reading. So we're looking at the spiritual, the mental, the emotional, the physical, and the financial, which is our material world, which matters. We have a lot of distractions going on to try to distract us from that, so we'll be homeless and poor and, needing to rely on the government and everybody else. But, I'm here to do my small part in that and to remind us of, we got to keep this thing grounded. We got to stay practical and out of our emotions because, a lot of us in our emotions is not a responsible place to operate from, especially not, in times like this and full time, unless your emotions are that kind of grounded and balanced. And even still, you need to use your mind. We all do. All right, so I'm looking for 3 cards. Our past or most recent experience or experiences that we're currently working through, overcoming. Our current energy and our future possibilities. All right, so this one is sticking out. So we got 3 that fell out. I'm inspired to see what this is. Temperance. So Temperance was like hanging out there. All right, so I don't even know what order they're in, but I'm gonna just read it intuitively. So we got the Moon on the bottom of the deck. I'm gonna take the Temperance as our overall energy because it's naturally falling over our 2 of Pentacles. So this is currently a balancing, a time of balance. We're finding balance, most definitely. Yes. All right. So we have the Page of Pentacles here. I feel like the Page of Pentacles is here to, in connection to what I was just speaking on, the energy that I was picking up. This is someone that is new to managing material, finances, responsibility. I'm gonna put it like that. This is a person that is, on a journey, setting out on a journey to learn more about how to create wealth, how to manage finances, how to budget, how to be more responsible. That's a good thing. And with that, we're having to make decisions. We're having to assess, do a pros and cons. That's something that I used to do a lot. Haven't had much reason to do it a lot recently. But a pros and cons list is something that I would often do when I feel like I was faced with a situation that, I needed to take a balanced, tempered look at, to make sure that the decisions that I'm making are in alignment with what it is that I truly desire, staying connected, with the earth, but also allowing my spirit my connection to my ancestors and, the source, the creator, the most high God, to guide me. And by doing that, one foot on the earth, one foot dipped in the water, staying connected has helped me to, you know, regain, because I've had experiences where I lost connection as well as um, lost sight of, what I was doing and who I was doing it for and why I was doing it. It was for a short period of time, but I felt like it was necessary because there was lessons in that, lessons that are now becoming blessings. So with that being said, temperance is something that is most definitely here because we are at a very valuable, that's not the word I was looking for. We're at a very vulnerable, time where we need to all be connected. We all need to go within and reconnect and learn to trust. And that's scary for a lot of people because of the conditioning, the lies that many of us have been told, sold, etc. So, with that being said, to have someone that is grounded, is connected to support you on that journey is understandable. And I encourage you to not allow anyone to make you believe that, if you're seeking assistance, you're seeking guidance, you're seeking help, that there's something wrong with you. Because our mental health is just as important as our emotional health, balancing the two and making decisions accordingly, to what we feel, but also what we know to be right, you know. And if you don't know, that's where, the high priestess comes in. I like to most definitely recognize when I'm in my high priestess energy. Um, I find myself there when, you know, there's big decisions that I need to make that are going to be life changing, such as moving, such as taking on new projects, such as connecting with people that I may have to, deal with on a regular basis, depending on the connection and what it is that we have to do. So, factoring all those things in, I naturally go within and consult with, the Most High that has never led me astray. And, you know, with that, I'm at a stage in my journey personally where I'm rebuilding. So I have an appreciation for the experiences that I've had when it comes to um, financial literacy, learning about, material wealth and all those things, because we are experiencing a great change at this time when it comes to our currency and, producing and, just global business altogether is changing at this time. And we all are going to become students that are going to be learning, having to adjust to new systems that are going to show up for us locally, as well as, um, if we're going to be travelers or people that travel. While I'm channeling, I thought back on this repost that I did earlier from on Twitter, where Bill Gates, was it Bill Gates? Yeah, Bill Gates basically headlined something about less people will travel a lot. Like it was a percentage. I don't really get caught up in the percentages like that, but it was a decent number where it was like, whoa, okay, that was a bold projection. But basically saying that there was going to be a great reduction in people traveling coming out of COVID. And I guess I could see that because of fear, and, people not knowing knowing their rights. A lot of people are misinformed, miseducated. So with that, they believe what they're told. And in most cases, they're not told the truth, the reality, etc. So we all should be looking at ourselves as, students. We have a lot of new forms of currency and exchange that have shown up on the scene within the last few years, from cryptocurrencies to, with the stocks, different ways to be able to, participate in that realm of things through, apps and things that we didn't have before. So a lot of us are new students, and a lot of things that are showing up at this time aren't necessarily going to be around long term. So that's why, me personally, I haven't jumped out the window with, jumping into new systems that have, showed up on the scene. Because if I'm going to be investing time, energy, and effort into something, I need it to have longevity. You know, I do. So I've been taking my time to pay attention to where I'm going to invest when I do start back generating enough income where I can, invest into things again. That's just my personal experience, but, I'm sharing it because, you know, it could help someone somewhere potentially. All right. Trust is the first card that came out underneath the High Priestess. And, I'm noticing a trend of literally whatever conversation that I'm having prior to, um, prior to me doing a reading, a card literally comes out that's a direct message from that conversation. All right, so we have ripeness on the bottom. It's the nine of, I believe, Pentacles. Um, all right, so trust came out underneath the High Priestess. Change came out under the Two of Pentacles, and the burden came out under the Page of Pentacles. Let me see what the burden is again. I forgot. What is the burden again? I believe that's like the Six of Swords. Hmm. Six of Swords. Yep, the Six of Swords. All right. All right. So the message that's coming to me from this is presently there's a great deal of change transpiring, and that change is requiring us to take a look at an honest look at what's important in our lives. Um, a lot of us have been in pursuit of you know things outside of us to make us happy. I need to have this house. I need to have this job status, this, position in the company, this family image, married with kids. I need to have, we look at things that are outside of us, many of us. And this big world change is taking us within ourselves because it's necessary. Because a lot of us are so caught up on, pleasing others, and, you know, bottom line is pleasing others, trying to appease to someone else's idea of what is supposed to work for you. For example, a lot of people are in jobs and careers doing things that they absolutely hate. We know this because, you talk to people long enough, You could see it's a common theme, but that is an example. Why would a person, wake up every day and go somewhere they absolutely hate, unless they're doing it to let me draw that back, because I understand we have bills and we have responsibilities, and I'm not about to sit here and act like the situation that I'm in, that's not the case. So I'm going to bring that back, but at the same time, I have worked really, really hard, and we reap what we sow. Karma, the energy of karma, the spirit of karma is a real thing. And I believe that I've sown good seeds through my life, through my journey. And that is the reason why, at this time, even though my income, is non-existent, let me stop playing, because I've been, building and making sure that the foundation is going to be what it was. So I had to look away from that part temporarily so I could focus on the I's and the T's, dotting and crossing them properly. So with that being said, now we're back to, figuring out, okay, currency is still going to be here. We're still participating in the currency exchange system. Bills still are coming. Bills still have to be paid. People still need services. People still need products. Okay, so the economy is still going to, people still want entertainment and to get out and enjoy themselves and spend money. All right, then. But it's clearly going to look a lot different, because we have things like banks trying to compete with apps like Cash App, etc. So with all these changes and this global reset that is currently, underway, this big change that is transpiring is causing us to go within and, find what's important to us, find balance, stay connected. It's okay to, how do I say this? Manage your stress the best way that you know how. I know for a lot of people that is with stress, with drugs and alcohol. I'm not a saint or a sinner. I'm just me. But I do smoke marijuana. That is the tool that I use to help me stay grounded, with processing all this energy and seeing things from the perspective in which I see it on, and me not lose my freaking mind. So for me personally, I'm not saying it's right or wrong, but that's what works for me. I do it in a way that it doesn't stop me from producing, from getting my work done, from keeping me from getting focused. It is an expense that I can't necessarily afford at this time. I'm going to be that kind of honest, but the work that I'm constantly putting in is most definitely supporting me being in a situation where I can create the life that I want, the life that I deserve, that I'm worthy of, because I've worked hard for it and I have a desire for it that God has put in me for a reason. So with that, I'm only talking about myself because I'm using myself as an example. And within self-mastery, how else are we going to talk about mastering oneself if we don't have someone going to be brave enough to, put their neck on the line and share the truths and experiences. And I'm only saying that for the, few people that may feel like, why is she always talking about herself? I just wanted to get that out the way. But with that being said, finding what works for you, finding what's going to help you to keep your head in the game, to help you to heal, because with staying grounded, that's also healing in that. It helps me to remember to be still and be present in my body, and to be grateful for my body and be grateful for my health, and lay my behind on that yoga mat and stretch out the discomfort, the kinks, the, tightness that is there, that's present because of stress. So, that is important for me. And the life that I create, I need to make sure that I'm going to have that type of balance, that when I do work and start back generating income, that income isn't going to take me from, the things that are important to me. And for me personally, as a high priestess, being in my a safe space, my safe space to be able to process what I'm feeling as well as what I'm thinking. And if what I'm feeling and thinking are truly my feelings and thoughts, or there's someone else that I'm connected with, and making sure I balance it, just balance it all. Temperance. All right. So I don't know. I hope that message made sense. We're gonna see what the masculine and feminine energy has to say in connection to this reading. I usually do this in the beginning, but for whatever reason, did a little opposite today. Oh, good. All right. So our masculine energy first is doubt. The affirmation is, I release the need to know all the answers. And fear for the feminine energy, I realize that I am testing my resolve to live in the energy of love. All right. And acceptance is on the bottom. I am learning to accept the things I cannot change. So I feel like both the masculine and the feminine energy are pretty much working through the same energy. It just looks different. I always say that a lot because mirroring is a real thing. And because we're moving into a space, I know myself personally, I can feel it, that I'm connecting with either someone or a group that I'm going to be working with, that me going through these experiences to remove the doubt and the fear is necessary, if I'm going to be able to be successful and to be able to maintain that success. There's going to be no room for doubt and fear. That's low vibrational energy. And I've been working hard to maintain a high vibration, and stay connected with the people that have been doing the same, releasing fear, releasing doubt, learning to trust, accepting that change is here and it's here for a reason. The burden, I didn't touch on that. So the burden with the Page of Pentacles, this is messages for someone that may be either in my current situation or a situation much like mine where you may have been very independent. But through that independence, you found out you had some ignorance. There were some things that you weren't as aware of, such as, financial literacy and managing money. And you may have found yourself where that has affected you with being able to get credit, get an employment, be able to obtain, the things that you desire to obtain. And you're feeling like a burden to someone because there's someone that you're asking for help or you're receiving help from. I want to let you know that this that we're going through right now is going to correct that. But we first have to accept that important thing that I just said, that we didn't know better, by accepting that and, moving through the fear and releasing the doubts and just learning to trust and connect with the information and the people who are out there to support us, through these changes. Wow, that just hit me. Yeah, to support us through these changes, because I myself, I just know that when I was in the mud in the darkest spaces and feeling like that burden and not necessarily questioning my worth, because I always knew that I was worthy of what I was, working towards, but more or less just feeling disempowered. I've definitely had periods of times where, you know, rather than feeling fearful, it was more or less concern. It was like, am I really going to be able to fulfill this vision that God has given me? And that is nothing but doubt. So, with the masculine and feminine energy, it's the same thing, is low vibrational energy. It all goes back to trust. All the changes are transpiring for a reason. And the sooner we trust and accept, the sooner we can move forward and balance and harmony and success. Now, I know every day is not going to look like rainbows and butterflies. That is not the case because, life is really happening. Like with these changes, it's a whirlwind, storms for a lot of people, So, with that being said, within the South getting hit with all these hurricanes, with hurricane season, that is a reflection of the change, strong winds coming through, the change, the mindset. All right. So, bountiful nature. Spending time in nature helps shift you to a higher vibration and reminds you of God's infinite abundance. Go outside and enjoy a walk or hike with your pet, meditate beneath a tree, garden, sit under the stars, or do some other activity to connect with the limitless vastness. All right. So, that's pretty much, I mentioned that as far as, being grounded and balanced, and I didn't go into it as much as I could have, but that's most definitely something that has supported me in maintaining my balance, getting some fresh air, getting the sun, you know, connecting with the sun, doing some back bends, facing the sun, to get in my third eye and my heart energy, and my solar plexus, just opening up and doing that outside in nature. It is kind of cold, now where I'm at, but I still gave myself at least probably about 10, 15 minutes, and it felt good. It helped me to, get grounded and get aligned. So, bountiful nature, some time in nature, I most definitely recommend. Really quick, let me read from the book, because I know I have my perspective, but, the book may cover some things that I may have missed. This card is coming to you. Let me pick it up. This card is coming to you to remind you of the importance of spending time in nature. We are natural beings and we instinctively change in accordance with the rhythms of our environment. When we spend time in nature, we charge our physical bodies and reconnect with all the other creatures we share this planet with. This connection with nature helps calm our often frazzled minds so we are able to focus more clearly on the abundance we are bringing into our lives. Try having a picnic on a sunny day. See how the simple act of eating out of doors makes you feel like a part of the natural world. So much of modern life revolves around screens and machines to the point that we tend to lose our connection with other people and nature. By spending more time outside, we come into connect with our neighbors as well as grow more aware of our surroundings. Notice if you start to feel more centered and grounded when you spend more time in nature. See if your priorities shift. You may even find yourself cleaning up after others and collecting litter, as people who are particularly connected with nature often do. Nature has invaluable lessons to teach about abundance. When you're outside, notice how incredibly varied the world is, with a profusion of life and natural splendor that defies categorization. Categorization. Observe how the animals you see scurrying about are abundantly provided for by God, and and know that you too are abundantly provided for. So, yeah, what he said about being outside or having picking up litter and stuff like that, I can most definitely attest to that. Like, I found myself moved to do this more when I've been in the inner city, you know. But it's something that I could see myself getting involved in, making it like a campaign, making it a thing where you just show up at a spot and we just gonna clean that spot up, like a park or neighborhood. Everybody get together and pick up trash. I actually got that idea because I seen it being done, as a group. Everybody was matching T-shirts and everything. This was all before COVID, maybe like a couple years ago. But I loved it. It was a good idea. People just getting together and communing by serving humanity, serving a community, and, coming together. So that's something I haven't done with a group, but I have done it solo. I haven't done it as often as I would like to, but that message in there most definitely inspired and triggered me to think that, that's something that's great to do with a group of kids, making it a regular thing. Just, we're going to get up. This week we're going to do on this Saturday for a couple of hours, just go and we're going to pick this location and go clean it up, clean up the litter, and connect with the people in that area, and maybe inspire some type of change, because sometimes you gotta take the action steps and get it done for people to believe and see it and think, oh, I can do that too. Like with me, seeing someone else do it inspired me to want to do it. So yeah, I hope this message helped someone. If it did, please like, share, subscribe, join the OG Academy. Tell a friend to tell a friend. If you want to support us with a monthly membership, that would most definitely be appreciated. And it's only going to help us to add more value. If you want to do a one-time donation, that is also an option via PayPal, which can be found in my link tree, as well as via Patreon. So I think that's it for today. I'm ready to eat and put my robe on because I'm kind of chilly and to edit. And I love you. Check you out next time. Peace and love.